I'm hoping for something very substantial in the garden shaft. This is where the treasure hunt actually begins.
Until the final episode of Season 12, everything seemed routine. Fresh digs, familiar clues, and the same enduring mystery that's gone unsolved for years. But what viewers didn't see is what happened off-camera. According to insiders, a major discovery was intentionally kept quiet. Some reports suggest this triggered interest from government agencies, and that's when the decision was made to suddenly halt the show. Now the mystery isn't just about the treasure. It's about what was discovered and why it was hidden. To stay in the loop about what's coming, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. When a single mystery holds the spotlight for over 200 years, the real question changes from "what will we find?" to "why has it never been found?" That's the puzzle that keeps resurfacing during Oak Island's digs. Season 12 did bring new finds, wooden structures, metal pieces, but something felt different. For the first time, the team's certainty seemed to slip. The focus shifted. It wasn't just about new discoveries. There was tension off-camera, too. Reports say the group was split on whether to keep going at all. It's leather. We shouldn't just grab it barehanded. No, I'm putting it in a bag. We can test it properly. Some team members felt they'd been chasing shadows for years. Others were sure they were inches from the truth. The final dig site of Season 12 wasn't just another search. It raised big questions about the team's unity and the future of their mission. Every dig has its risks, especially when you're battling underground water and sky-high hopes. In the season finale, the team uncovered a large chamber below ground. At first, excitement was high. Was this finally the legendary vault? The place filled with treasure, metals, and long-whispered artifacts? But that excitement was short-lived. As they dug deeper, water flooded in. The entire chamber was soon underwater, making it impossible to continue. Once again, Oak Island kept its secrets buried. But then, key details began to leak, changing everything. Trusted sources claimed the team saw something in that chamber, something that was never shared publicly. The official story blamed the water for stopping the dig, but hidden cameras inside had reportedly captured images of what looked like man-made structures. Some believe these might be parts of an old wooden vault. It looks like a cast-iron stove door. That design is really unusual. Yeah, I actually like how it looks. Some witnesses claim a metal object was also found there, but that footage has yet to be fully shared with the public. Now, a familiar question is resurfacing around the Oak Island dig. After each season, viewers come back with fresh curiosity, but they're met with very few real answers. Critics argue that the show now exists more to preserve the mystery than to solve it. And to some extent, that seems accurate. If the treasure were truly discovered and the story wrapped up, could the show even go on? Probably not. Theories about the money pit that have lasted for decades are beginning to shift. Season 12 brought another unexpected angle. Some experts now believe that the tunnels and chambers uncovered over time weren't meant to hide treasure at all, but served a different function. It's possible these structures were defensive in nature, or maybe part of an old engineering test, maybe even made by a lost civilization. As the dig continues, the belief grows that Oak Island's secret isn't just about lost gold. It might be protecting a forgotten chapter of history that's missing from our textbooks. Another major hurdle this season was technology. Every new gadget brings hope that this time, it'll get past the old traps, flooded shafts, shifting earth, hidden levels. But every effort circles back to one nagging doubt. Are we even digging in the right place? Years of effort with little progress take a toll, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And that's where the Oak Island search stands now. The further the team goes, the more complex and difficult it all becomes. They've used ground-penetrating radar, sonar, and deep-core drills, all bringing moments of hope. Yet again and again, something hidden blocks the way. This time, the issue feels bigger than just a technical snag. The team is beginning to wonder, have they been looking in the wrong spot all along? Longtime fans know the Lagina brothers and their crew have given everything to this mission. Their time, their money, their passion. And in many ways, so has the audience. But Season 12 brought something new, a deeper sense of frustration. It wasn't just about more fragments of wood or metal. It was the uneasy feeling that the end might be near. Reports suggest that by the end of Season 12, a turning point had arrived. For the first time, some members seriously questioned whether it was worth continuing. And that's the biggest question now. When the way forward is uncertain, the challenges keep piling up and time keeps slipping. Can the search still go on? That's exactly where things stand on Oak Island. Season 12 did bring fresh clues, but the roadblocks haven't gone away. Even so, new theories are emerging. Some believe the dig site itself might be wrong. Others say it's time to shift perspective, that by revisiting old data in a new light, the real answers might finally come to the surface. One question is now getting more attention than ever. If the treasure ever existed, has someone already found it? The show doesn't talk much about this possibility, but it's getting harder to ignore. If the treasure was already taken, then all that's left are traces left behind by those who came before us. And if that's true, it changes everything about the search. It means we're not hunting for gold, but for footprints of the past. And those footprints might still lie buried under Lot 5. The end of Season 12 brought plenty of new clues for the next round, but also left many viewers with mixed feelings. Are we just following a carefully crafted story arc? Or is there something happening behind the curtain that we're not being told? When a search becomes public, so does the demand for honesty. But recent leaks from insiders on Oak Island have stirred doubts about how transparent the team really is. Apparently, not everyone agrees on how the biggest discoveries are being shown. Some want the truth to be shared as it is. No editing, no spin. Others believe the real treasure might not be gold or relics, but the mystery itself. The story that keeps the series going. Every time it feels like we're close to a breakthrough, something gets in the way. A broken machine, a collapsed shaft, or a clue that only deepens the mystery. Still, there are those who won't quit. They believe there's something truly remarkable down there. This has gone beyond a hunt. It's become an obsession. So who's really steering this journey? Is it the team, or has Oak Island taken on a life of its own? The story of Oak Island is more than just a treasure hunt. It's a saga of years spent digging, investing, and in some cases paying the ultimate price. The island has drained the dreams and finances of many, leaving only questions in its wake. Yet every find, no matter how small, brings a fresh surge of hope. People keep coming back, thinking maybe they'll be the ones to finally solve the riddle. But will that moment ever come? One of the toughest parts of digging on Oak Island has been the maze of underground waterways. The moment they hit an old tunnel, water rushes in, halting the work. Theories abound. Some believe the flood traps were intentional, built to guard the treasure. Others think these structures go back even further and served a completely different purpose. Still, just when it seems the dig might have to stop for good, something new appears. A clue from long ago. Sometimes it's a carved wooden figure. Sometimes stones etched with writing no one can read. One of the most intriguing discoveries was a small piece of paper found in the original money pit. This ancient scrap convinced the team that something long hidden lies beneath the surface. Still, it's possible that it's just another puzzle piece, another half-clue in a centuries-old mystery. But the team presses on. Every tiny find strengthens their belief. The digs are going deeper, and so is the team's drive. Oak Island isn't just a location anymore. It's a pull, a loop that keeps drawing people in. For generations, adventurers have come here hoping that this dig, this season, could be the one that uncovers it all. Technology like ground-penetrating radar, sonar, and advanced sensors has brought renewed hope. For the first time, researchers can look into layers untouched for centuries. The most recent digs have turned up some strange things: hidden rooms, concealed tunnels, and objects that seem deliberately placed. But while the tech is giving some answers, it's also raising more questions. Who built these tunnels, and why? Each scan uncovers more beneath Oak Island, not just dirt and stone, but what looks like a designed maze meant to keep intruders out. Some experts believe the repeating empty spaces aren't natural at all. They could be vaults or storage areas. And what's even more intriguing is that these spaces seem to follow a pattern. Some researchers think they could be linked to ancient civilizations. In the deepest layers of Oak Island, researchers recently found scrolls that look far from ordinary. The writing on them doesn't match any known language, making them a massive mystery. Experts believe that cracking this unknown script could explain not just the purpose behind the search, but the very reason it began. For over 200 years, explorers have chased the island's secrets. Sometimes the way was blocked by flood tunnels, sometimes the shafts caved in, but the mission never stopped. And now, with more advanced tools than ever before, the hunt has picked up pace. But so have the questions. What if, one day, all the answers are finally uncovered? Will Oak Island turn out to be just another legend? Or is there something buried here that could actually rewrite history? Recently, another headline caught attention. The Oak Island team has uncovered evidence that supports the idea of gold being present in the money pit, and it might be over 220 years old. In the C1 cluster, they found signs pointing to this: sections of 15th century tunnels, along with fragments of silver and gold, hint that these old paths may connect directly to the real money pit and its long-lost treasure. The team is now closely watching the B4C shaft, located just a few feet north of borehole C1, and it has reached nearly 90 feet deep. Spirits had started to fade, but these new finds have reignited hope. This new energy also sparks a big question. How could such complex wooden tunnels have been built in the 15th century? And for what purpose? Confirming the tunnel at 90 feet deep shows the team is closing in on the true money pit. Each fresh dig fuels hope that the next excavation might finally uncover something valuable. Even more intriguing is the recent discovery of gold traces in the water, which strengthens the idea that treasure was once inside the money pit, and might still be there. The most significant artifact found so far is a large iron fastener that looks very old. Some wooden fragments found alongside it were analyzed too. Judging by their texture and quality, they're believed to be at least a century old. The team is taking every clue seriously, aware that the layers of the money pit, and time itself, are running out. Because now, it's not just about treasure, but history. As with any archaeological find, when an object predates the start of excavation, the question shifts from just what was found to when and why it was there. A handmade iron spike recently discovered on Oak Island caught the team's attention. Its texture and rust indicate it's quite ancient, possibly dating back before the money pit digs began. This raises the possibility that more artifacts from that era may still lie underground. The team isn't taking this lightly. They know every lead needs thorough investigation, as these clues could unlock crucial insights into Oak Island's past. After digging to 130 feet deep in the B4C shaft, the team hit bedrock, forcing this season's work to halt. Further excavation near the money pit won't be possible this year due to time and budget limits. Still, data from 5 steel boreholes drilled recently continue to support the idea that treasure might still be hidden deep beneath Oak Island. The team understands the challenges. Limited funding and tough terrain have slowed progress. But they also know that wisely, Using new technology and managing resources well is the only way forward. As the digs go deeper, they've carefully mapped the height and direction of tunnels. Plus, this new iron spike is more proof than ever that they're on a promising track. After digging past 100 feet in the B4C shaft, the team uncovered a hand-forged iron spike that grabbed a lot of attention. Because of its importance, they're now planning carbon-14, dating to pinpoint its age and significance. Marty Lagina, Craig Tester, Gary Drayton, and blacksmith expert Carmen Legge conducted lab tests on the spike. Carmen believes the spike is likely part of a medieval rock drill, a tool used for boring into stone. She also suggested that the swage tools found 2 years ago might have been used to sharpen these rock drills. This analysis connects logically to earlier finds and helps determine where and when these tools originated. Rock drills were key in construction and excavation, especially when working through heavy rock. Using such tools in the Middle Ages is plausible, making this discovery historically important. With this new find, the team is wondering if it signals they're getting closer to the legendary treasure that's been talked about for centuries. If this rock drill truly relates to building the money pit, its discovery is a major clue that they're on the right path. On top of that, the team has spotted signs elsewhere on the island, like a stone section in the swamp or near an old stone-paved road, pointing to possible historic activity. The question isn't just who did the digging, but whether there was a hidden agenda behind these efforts. Could it all have been a carefully planned scheme to hide something? Team members are also debating who the real players in Oak Island's mysterious story might be, and if they're finally closing in on the truth behind what many have long dismissed as rumors. So the question is simple. What lies buried deep beneath the surface, hidden for so many years? Are we standing on the brink of discovery? When you search one place for so long without a definite find, the question shifts from what's found to why it's worth all the trouble. The Lagina brothers don't have all the answers yet, but they know the persistence of their team and viewers has made this journey possible. Oak Island's history ties back to the 17th and 18th centuries, when ships regularly sailed between North America's east coast and the Caribbean. Many believe pirates used Oak Island as a temporary base or hideout, likely during the late 1600s or early 1700s. However, as digs went deeper, a constant obstacle appeared: water. That's because Oak Island sits on a glacial tumulus, a mound created by glaciers. So far, no treasure has been confirmed on Oak Island. Still, the hunt has gone on for 225 years. Over time, the digging spread, from one pit to the entire island. The first place McGinnis and his crew dug became known as the Money Pit. Now, the question isn't why they dug there, but what treasure was kept in that chest. Many theories surround Oak Island, some historical, some speculative. The most popular is that the stolen treasure of a notorious pirate from the 17th or 18th century might be hidden there. This period, called the Golden Age of Piracy, 1660 to 1730, saw infamous pirates like Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard, roaming the waters from North America's east coast to the Caribbean. Spain, England, France, and other European powers were economically active in the region, but their navies often struggled against pirates. Pirates targeted merchant ships heading back to Europe, and this lawlessness lasted a long time. The Golden Age of Piracy was a time when power and cunning ruled the seas, not law. This chaos started to end after 1713, when the Treaty of Utrecht was signed and the War of Spanish Succession finished. That treaty launched coordinated efforts to crack down on piracy, slowly ending the era. But the question remains: where did the money pit on Oak Island actually come from? Geologists say it's unlikely the money pit was an intentionally built underground treasure chamber. The island's high water table and closeness to the ocean have eroded rock layers over time. This natural process created cracks and tunnels underground, making sinkholes fairly common. Still, the Oak Island mystery continues to captivate. Stories and discoveries over time have sparked endless speculation and hope. As researchers uncover new clues, the mystery only deepens. The teams consistently express their belief that something valuable is hidden deep below, and that belief hasn't faded. Recently, an unexpected discovery even surprised scientists. What exactly was found on Oak Island? Could it be the answer to one of history's greatest mysteries? Stay tuned for the next chapter.